Let's go below ground where we won't be found in a concrete palace. We'll watch some madness until our hearts explode with gladness. It's Dave's Basement. You made it.
Let's hide from the world!
Here we are again. Here we are. It's Sunday night. It's 8 p.m. Pacific time, and you are here in the basement. Thank you for coming downstairs to join me in Dave's Basement. I am your host, Mr. Basement, Dave Basement. Thank you for being here, everyone. It is an exciting day. It's an exciting show. And we are all gathered here to celebrate life and living and being alive and doing things. We are all things done doers, people who do done things and done do things we are done do, gonna done, God done, watch them tonight. That's right. It's a show. What is this show? What is it? What are we doing? Why are we watching this right now? I think that the answer to your question is clear. This is Dave's Basement. What this is a variety show of a video nature. People send video clips to me or people come on to perform things on the show live, and I talk to them and I show them, and then I take a break, and then I come back and we talk to each other, and yeah, it's a good time. Enjoy yourself. Because if you don't enjoy yourself, no one's going to do it for you. That's my philosophy. That's been my philosophy since I was about 3 years old. I've got to enjoy myself because no one seems to be doing this for me. I figured it out. It's the key to a happy life. So thank you for joining us. Got a little bit of an awkward situation here, folks. My coworker here, Fred, look, he and I are having a little bit of a tiff right now. It's a thing that happens. You work together for a while. So it's people like to say we're a family here, and so families fight and disagree about things, and that's something that happens. Sure, yes, but he and I have been having a bit of a tough time in the past week or so. It's just. We've got this really big project, and it's really, really important that we get it done. And so we are trying to just get it done. And I was like, hey, Fred, look, maybe we should switch to Google Sheets, because we could really just power through this. We could collaborate at the same time. And he was like, look, man, I'm an Excel guy. I've always been an Excel guy, and I always will be an Excel guy. And I might have said a few choice words about the software known as Excel, and he might have taken some offense to it, and I might have doubled down on my opinion. And so at this point, we are we're not speaking very much is the thing. We're not speaking very much, and I think he's. I hope. I just want him. I just hope that we can patch things up, but I said some really mean things about Excel, because that's the thing. It's Excel. It's just, it feels old. It feels like an old piece of software for people who are just maybe sort of stuck in their ways and unbudging. That's just I can't change how I feel about Excel. Sorry, I should be quiet. So anyway, if things are a little awkward, if I'm a little off my game, it's just because I can't stand conflict at all, and I can't stand having something going on. So anyway, if you are new to the show, if you would like to submit something, you may do so. We have a website at davesbasement2.com. There you will find a submit form, and you can submit something using that form. If you want, you can email us at davesbasement2@gmail.com. That is an option available to you. I love getting emails from people, and Fred does not read them. And you can follow us on Instagram at davesbasement2. That is an option also available to you. And then, yeah, we also have this telephone number. Sometimes people call it. It's they leave messages, and I play the messages on the show. So call, leave a message. Tell us, do you prefer Excel or Google Sheets? What's your preferred thing? Call, leave a voicemail, and just let us know how you feel, and maybe back me up a little bit, because the thing is that he knows more than I do about stuff. So like I'm kind of he's the ideas guy, and I'm just kind of the guy who just makes things happen within the thing. So we're a team is the thing, and without being any more specific than that, all I want to say is just Fred and I. Someone is actually calling the phone number right now, and I can't answer it. That's the thing. That phone number, no one will ever answer that phone. It's a voicemail line only. So anyway, yeah. So just leave a voicemail if you want. Yeah. So let's just get to the show. You're here not to hear about my personal life, I assume, and you're here to see some content. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do here. Hey. I am wanting to patch things up with Fred, so I thought maybe, since I do know he watches the show, I could do something really nice for him. I got this rare 7-hour concert of his favorite musician named Soniculus, and I thought maybe if I just played a little bit of that concert, he would, he might do something to patch up some other things. So Fred, this is for you. This goes right out to you, buddy. You're my rock. And here's Soniculus in concert. I'll see you in a little bit.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a very special performance for you. Tonight, we celebrate the triumphant return of a man who is quite possibly the greatest electronic musician participating in tonight's hoedown. He's a man who has gazed into the abyss. The abyss turned away its head in shame. Back from his walking tour of dream time, the man called Soniculus!
Hello, my name is Mike Cyll. I'll talk a little bit about some of the acronyms and abbreviations we have in the healthcare industry. We have the code red, which means there's a fire drill. Code blue, everybody knows that one probably from the TV series of cardiac arrest. Code gray is for security, that there's having a security issue and you get a hold of them. Code pink's for a lost child. Code brown is smelly. We know what that one is. We also have some clinical abbreviations. One of them that's pretty common is SOB. But in the real non-medical world, we know that SOB stands for son of a bitch. But in medicine, it stands for shortness of breath. So when you're working with a patient and you ask them if they have SOB, you may want to make sure you say the whole word. Do you have shortness of breath? Otherwise, they may assume you're calling them a son of a bitch. Thank you.
Okay, so that was fun. Yeah, it looks like I might have made things worse. Fred's now mad at me for not doing the whole 7-hour concert of that, and some more weird whole sets. So this is not going well. I can't show all. Anyway, he's over there. He's listening to it now. So maybe that'll mollify him. He's not watching the show anymore, I'm sure. But anyway, Fred and I have been down here in this basement for a very, very long time. And we have, basically between us, we have about 4 CDs. We still listen to CDs, and we have about 4 of them. And this has been something that, because we would want to listen to more than these 4 CDs every now and then. And luckily, we have a friend up on the surface named Eric Simons, who has dropped us a whole new record. I call them records. And this album here, it is called Untitled, parentheses, Black Is, by a group, and we'll hear more about this, a group named Salt, perhaps? Anyway, so I put it on because when something comes down that ventilation shaft, you better believe it, I am going to listen to it. So I listened to it, and it was just amazing. So I thought, what would be better? Nothing could be better. There's nothing at all that could be better than to talk to Eric Simons about this album. And Eric is with us right now. Hello, Eric. Say hello to everyone.
Hello, Dave. How you doing, David?
I'm doing just fine. Thank you for using my full name. So thank you so much for sharing this album with us and with me. This was quite a find, and the moment I put it on, I was just instantly taken aback and paid very close attention to it. So tell me a little bit more about how this album found you.
Actually, I kind of also was surprised by it. I am a big listener of music. I will scour for it. I will search for it. But this one kind of fell into my lap. My brother-in-law just sent me a text message and said this is an album that he heard and was really good. and I threw it on when I was making breakfast for my partner and my daughter, and it was like an instant kind of mind meld. It just kind of it was just kind of perfect. It just kind of lit up the kitchen. It just kind of lit up everyone's ears. My daughter talked for the first time when listening to this record. It's just really vibrant and propulsive and good and smart and weird and great.
Yeah. There's a track here I want to listen to a bit of called Wildfires. So let's take a listen to some of this so people can get an idea of what we're talking about here.
We are dying, that's the reason we are crying. We are crying, but we will never show fear. Even in my eyes, I will always rise in wildfires. I ain't never been scared.
Yeah.
The head rocking was happening, Dave.
I was a rare sight.
saw
You
it.
got a rare sight. Well, no one else could see it, but I was dancing a little bit, and that is in my chair, which is how I dance. But yeah, so that when this track came on, it reminded me of a quality that all the music that I love has, or a great deal of it does, where it felt like something that I'd heard before, but something that I also had never heard at the same time, just simultaneously. It's like there's a space in my brain just waiting to be filled by it.
Yeah, it's the music is very timeless feeling and timely, just with a lot of the subject matter. For those who haven't heard this album before, it's very much about the Black experience. The musicians are based out of the UK, I believe, but you hear kind of influences of all types of African diaspora and Black music throughout the album. It kind of jumps genres, but it all feels kind of seamless and urgent, and yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, that was one of the qualities of the album that really struck me, is just the wide variety of influences that you can hear as it's just kind of bouncing around all these different influences, and at the same time it has a unified sort of sensibility. So one track in particular is called Bow, and it has a sort of, I guess, like a West African sort of funk thing to it, inspiration. So let's hear a bit of that. You're going to see me do some real dancing, and no one else is. So. Ooh, we got right. We got right. We got right. Ooh, we got right. We got right. We got right. Ooh, we got right. We got right. Yeah, so, I mean, I got up out of my chair. Couldn't help it.
You got to do what you got to do, you know.
One of the things that was cool for me was listening to it was I'm not a person who pays attention to lyrics, to my great detriment and my constant regret, but it's usually I have trouble understanding people when they're singing for some reason. I don't know if it's a genetic thing or what, but so I tend to approach music first from how it's happening musically, and then the lyrics will filter in, particularly if it's an album that I like to listen to a lot. And this one, as I was listening to it, the power of the lyrics started to just infiltrate my understanding of what was going on here a lot more as I kind of re-listened to it.
Yeah, there's a lot of really strong, smart, unapologetic messages in it. It does a great job of kind of embodying all of the feelings of being Black in the world, being Black in the UK, in America. Imagine a lot of other places it immediately kind of rung in my ears. The first listen or two, just certain phrases just stand out. Mm-hmm. You just kind of can't help but be taken by.
Yeah, very cool. Now you said that the track "Hard Life" was one of your favorites when we talked about this.
Absolutely.
So let's hear a little bit of that right now. to stop it. I just want to let it play. But you know, I think that would get me get my stream pulled instantly if I did.
YouTube doesn't play.
You know, they have an ASCAP and BMI license. I don't know why they care. So you told me some interesting things about the group itself.
Yeah, so when I like something, especially something I've never heard before, I kind of do a deep dive if I can, because I want to see if they've done other stuff. And to my surprise, they have almost no online or public presence. They seem to be more or less kind of a mystery group. I believe they've highlighted one producer. I think their name is Inflow. Other than that, they're just kind of a mystery. So they have a couple of EPs from 2019 and a little present for you, David. This is the first of 2 full-length albums they've released in 2020. So you've got another album you can listen to.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, but the kind of weird thing is I still don't feel confident about how to pronounce their name.
Yeah.
Based on how it's spelled, Slaut. It could be salt. It could also be Sue, which is a French pronunciation. But because there's no one to ask, or there doesn't seem to be any, Carson Daly's out there rocking the video up the charts. I kind of still don't know. So until then, salt.
Yeah,
Sorry.
and formal invitation for them to appear on this program and clear up the controversy as to how to pronounce their name, and only that, no more. I just want to know how to pronounce your name, and then it's goodbye. That's just I have a time limit. So thank you so much for sharing this with us. This is fantastic, and
Absolutely.
this is going to be the soundtrack to my my autumn, at least, if not my winter. Because
it's 3 months of funk, baby.
It is that good. So I'm gonna play us out with my Dave's fave track on this. This is a track called "Stop Dem," and this one I just stopped. Instantly brought to mind the soundtrack to Sweetback's Badass Song by Earth, Wind and Fire. I was just like, what's happening? So very excited to hear this when it happens. So Eric, thank you so much for being on the program, and let's get you back on sometime in the near future. Thanks so much.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, we'll fix that in post. Those of you who are watching live, you have seen something that the people who watch the rerun on YouTube will never see. All right, so that was Eric Simons, our friendly musical recommender. Thank you so much for being on here, Eric. Everyone, I'm going to go to our next block of content, which has to do with some work situations, which is apropos the situation I have here with my coworker Fred. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the other side of this block of content.
Hi. Welcome to your first day at Ashley Answers.
Yeah, listen, I'm so sorry that I'm late. The train was running behind and I was
We don't say sorry here, okay? I'm gonna put this printout of Beyonce in your office because Beyonce says I'm not sorry.
I'm sorry, but isn't the line, I ain't sorry?
We don't say that word here. Yoga ball? We can lay on yoga mats if you prefer.
The ball's fine. So, what can I expect here at Ashley Answers?
What a good question. You are so good at that.
Okay, are there like bonuses or?
Yes, it's 2 tablespoons.
2 tablespoons?
It's glitter!
Oh, do you just carry that on you all the time?
Uh-huh.
So are we gonna be getting hazard pay?
Did someone just ask if they can get cupcakes for their birthday?
I think someone did ask if they can get cupcakes for their birthday.
The answer is yes. Hey, Tiffany.
Did your dad ever get off the respirator?
He sure did. He's dead.
Oh, are you doing okay?
Oh no, I don't think I'll make it through the week.
Oh, that's great.
Okay, great. Why don't we meet Jamie? Jamie!
Oh, are all the people who work here women?
And men who are dressed by their wives.
I'm not allowed to have friends.
Oh, he hasn't had an erection in 5 years.
My wife says there's no such thing as consensual sex.
Well, it looks like it's time for your first call.
Wait, I don't know what we do here.
We answer phones for companies that don't want to. Okay. Oh. They can't hear you smile if you're wearing a mask.
Okay. Jesus Christ, these pop out everywhere. Ashley answers. I'm sorry, you said nobody's picked up your garbage in 6 months? You think the garbage is attracting packs of wild dogs? And they've started circling your toddlers? Jesus, no. Listen, I don't want your children to get eaten either. I promise you, I'm going to get this message in right away. No, absolutely. Okay, listen, stay safe out there. Good luck. Oh, Jesus, I hope somebody gets this message to them and somebody comes and gets their trash.
Get the messages. We just take the messages. Nobody gets them.
Who's gonna solve all these problems?
Oh, people don't want answers. They just want to be heard.
Don't you care?
Of course we care. We have an Ashley amount of empathy. We care.
Just not that much.
That's horrible.
No, it's not. It's fun. Here, let's do the next one together.
My son is in jail. He had court. We left messages for the attorney. Nobody got back to us. He hanged himself in his jail cell. My son is...
We called those oopsies. You know what's funny? Mustaches.
Cupcake? I don't eat carbs.
You do now!
Is that buttercream?
It sure is! Where are my big dogs at? Woo-hoo!
Sugar. A violent luck, and a whole sample, and even then, quiet. Water is squeezing. Water is almost squeezing on lard. Water is a mountain, and it is selected, and it is so practical that there is no use in money. A mind under is exact, and so it is necessary to have a mouth and eyeglasses. A question of sudden rises and more time than awfulness is so easy and shady. There is precisely that noise. A peck, a small piece, not privately overseen, not at all not a slice, not at all crestfallen and open, not at all mounting and chaining and evenly surpassing, all the bidding comes to tea. A separation is not tightly enworsted and sauce. It is so kept well and sectionally. Put it in the stew, put it to shame. A little slight shadow and a solid fine furnace. The teasing is tender and trying and thoughtful. The lime which sets sprinkling to be a remedy is beside the best cold. A puzzle, a monster puzzle, a heavy choking, a neglected Tuesday. Wet crossing and a likeness, any likeness. A likeness has blisters. It has that and teeth. It has the staggering blindly and a little green. Any little green is ordinary. 1, 2, and 1, 2, 9, second, and 5, and that. A blaze, a search in between, a cow, only any wet place, only this tune. Cut a gas jet uglier, and then pierce in between the next and negligence. Choose the rate to pay and pet very much. A collection of all around, a signal poison, a lack of languor and more hurts at ease. A white bird, a colored mine, a mixed orange, a dog. Cuddling comes in continuing a change. A piece of separate outstanding rushing is so blind with open delicacy. A canoe is orderly. A period is solemn. A cow is accepted. A nice old chain is widening. It is absent. It is laid by.
All right. Well, that was some coworkers, some poetry, and some cats. Huh? That was erotic. All right. Coming up next, we've got photojournalist, photographer Mathieu Rolland here. He's been photographing the Black Lives Matter protests in Portland, Oregon here, and we're going to have a little conversation with him. First, let's take a look at some of the photos that he's taken.
It's it.
All right, joining us here in the basement is Mathieu Rolland. Mathieu, thanks for coming and being on the basement with us.
Totally. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. How are you tonight?
Not too bad.
Great. Now, you've been photographing these protests since May, is that correct?
Since, I guess May 31st would have been the first night I was out. Well, technically May 30th, I guess. Into May 30th into May 31st.
And you said to me when we talked that you started doing this because you felt it was part of your civic duty to be doing this. Can you tell us a little more about that?
I think that kind of relates, to just what I was doing with photography and sort of what my plan for summer 2020 was, looking back to 2019, is I launched a website for wedding photography. And so I was going to use that to generate some income and get some work this summer. And of course, the COVID lockdown kind of like changed everything. And so I was just sitting on my gear and doing nothing with it. And, got the text like everyone in Portland did about the curfew, and realized there would be thousands, hundreds, if not thousands of people downtown, and what was going to happen when it hit 7 o'clock and the curfew started. Like, what were they going to do with all those people? And I think that me personally, I'm a big proponent of the First Amendment. It's I greatly value freedom of speech and the freedom of the press and etc. And so it just felt like it was going to be a very historical moment, and I couldn't have foreseen what would happen over the course of the next 6 months. But I think the drive to go down there and just start taking pictures came from the idea that people were going to be putting themselves, I think, in really vulnerable positions, and what was the reaction going to be? How are they going to be treated for defying this curfew? And is there someone out there, that's going to be telling that story? So yeah, I think that getting unemployment and sitting around with all this camera gear, it just felt like I need to go and take this camera gear and cover this situation as it happens. And I think that was just the mechanism.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so what happened when you went out there?
If we're talking about, there's been 6 months of this now, so all of that 6 months has happened clearly. But that first day, I went, I drove downtown to basically where the intersection of, I believe it's like 3rd and Southwest Salmon, where the federal courthouse building is. And as I pulled up to that intersection, traffic had stopped, and all of a sudden I realized that I couldn't, my lungs started burning and my eyes started watering. I was like, what the fuck is going on? And I just grabbed my camera, and since traffic was stopped, I just hopped out of my car and immediately was like inundated with tear gas. And I turned to my right, which would have been like the southwest direction. I just saw people running through Lounsdale Square Park, and tear gas canisters being fired, overhead, and just tear gas and pandemonium and people running everywhere. And I just started snapping pictures, and that night unfolded in just a way that, completely shook me. I think I thought that maybe there would be some sort of resistance or I didn't expect to see the kind of chaos and really just absolute insanely brutal, police chasing people through Waterfront Park and shooting at them while they were running away, launching tear gas and just all kinds of munitions at people who were running away from them on the waterfront, and it was just such a horrific scene and had such a huge impact, and haven't been able to turn my back on it since.
Yeah. No, this has been going on for, like you said, 6 months now. The protests have continued, and you've continued going out there. How has that affected you as a person?
I mean, there's probably a multitude of ways. I think in a sense, I think that the thing for me is that, this movement clearly it's about Black Lives Matter. It's about, systemic racism. It's about, just all of the injustices that are occurring and that have been going on for such a long time. And, so there's an effect clearly that it has had on me in my life, but the overall movement it's not about me, and I think that, a lot of the stuff that I've seen and that I've incurred as a part of it feels like not so much of what I focus on, even though clearly from where I'm sitting, it's hard not to be affected in the way that, you get desensitized to the violence that you see. Whereas, for instance, I just described that initial scene that I walked up on the first day I was out there. And now something like that, back then it was absolutely horrific. Now it's just like par for the course, and it's sort of like this strange thing that happens, I think, in your emotional core, that you just start accepting more and more brutal things as routine. And it's not so much that you don't, like, it doesn't sink in, but it doesn't affect you in the moment the same way after you've been exposed to it so many times. I mean, it's just it's concerning, to say the least.
Yeah, and I think that that's an interesting idea, the idea of being desensitized to something over time, the brutality. And for me, I've also felt desensitized to the situation that I see, and it feels like it's part of the way things are. And I wonder, like, about how those things intersect, just your specific experience and all of us sitting here, and not just with regard to the protest, but with regard to other larger political things that are going on. It feels like it's all part of the same system, I guess, in some way.
Like a totalitarian shift, it's like they just keep moving the goalposts on people, and it's like the quicksand trap. By the time you realize you're in trouble, you're already underneath.
Yeah.
I think the amount of things that people accept as routine and normal nowadays is definitely shocking. I think there was something Trump said the other day about the Michael Reinl killing, where if you're unfamiliar with the situation, Michael Reinl was involved in a killing in downtown Portland of a member of like a Patriot Prayer rally, and basically Donald Trump tweeted something to the effect of, we got him, and they weren't there to arrest him, and he's gone now. Mission accomplished. There was, he basically said that they went in to kill the guy, not arrest him, and no one even batted a fucking eye about that. I mean, I'm sure I batted an eye, but as far as like something that would shock the public about the president of the United States basically saying, we went and did this thing that is, unconstitutional by our standards of law. And it's just, people are exposed to so much of this stuff nowadays that it's starting to just be more and more tolerated, and I think that's, in essence, it's the same sort of psychological trick, that people use to groom victims for abuse. You sort of just let them get accustomed to being abused, and by the time they realize that they're actually being abused, it's too late because they've already accepted the behavior as normal. And it feels like a lot of that is occurring, with the way that government agencies are treating the public.
It's a really interesting insight. I hadn't thought about that connection before, but that's an interesting way to think about it. Mathieu, thanks so much for your work, and thank you so much for spending a little time with us here in the basement to talk about it a little bit. Appreciate you being out there, and appreciate the information that you're bringing back. It's really helpful, I think, in lifting up the voices of those who are out there.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So we're going to go another little video here, and then we'll be right back. Thanks for watching Dave's Basement.
Now more than ever, America needs unity. Comfort. America needs mashed potatoes. Mashed potatoes are far from perfect. Is there any real difference between mashed potatoes and mashed carrots? Both are bland and boring. But mashed potatoes are not nearly as disgusting as mashed carrots. And that's a whole lot.
Carrots are not your friend, so they're good for your eyes. You won't want to see this disaster of a country with carrots in charge.
Cheese personally believes that cheese would have been better, but cheese has always worked well with mashed potatoes, somehow, sort of.
Listen, I know this menu was once a beautiful cornucopia, and now it's been whittled down to 2 bowls of mush. But do not choose a pile of hot, steamy, racist nonsense.
This November, vote for the side dish that goes with everything. Vote for mashed potatoes, because we cannot go it alone.
Paid for by Mashed Potatoes for President.
Okay, hey everyone. All right, I've been thinking about this, and I really would like to make things up with Fred here. So, does anyone out there in the chat have any ideas of what I could do to make things up to him? I'd like to give him some things. I'd like to maybe just like, give him some presents or anything like that. So I just hope that if any of you out there have any ideas, just between us right now, and is there anything that you think that I might be able to give to Fred that would make him feel a little better, maybe make him feel a little heard? All right, I see Kyle Stebbins says bone cream. I don't have that, but that's a good idea. That's a really good idea. Something something he could use. Something he could use. All right, so let me see here. What have I got? Okay. So let's see. I'm just going to make him a little package here. I'm going to put this in this Siniculus tote bag. I got this. You can use that. Severus's couples therapy. Severus here, everyone. Severus's couples therapy. I don't have anything like that. I don't think he'd go for that. Bone juice is Kyle Stebbins. Does anyone else have any other ideas? Let's see. Couples therapy makes me think maybe Specca Stuhlberg says, write him a song? Write him a song. Oh, that's a good idea. Oh, I should do that. I should totally do that. I've got a great idea. But first, I'm going to, got this book. I'm going to give him The Riddle of the Traveling Skull. I think he'd relate to that pretty well. And I got this, I got him a copy of Microsoft 365. So he's been working off of an older version, so maybe that's going to help him. And write him a song. That's such a good idea. Calcium supplement, bone broth. These are all great ideas, everyone. Thank you so much for the ideas. I'm going to give him some flowers. He's not necessarily a flower kind of guy, but I'm just going to give him a few flowers here as like a package topper. And let's see if that's going to work. So give me a second. I got to detach for a second. Oh, he would love a lovely wig. Yeah, that would be great. Oh, okay. So, hey, Fred. Oh, cancel. Okay, so, hey, Fred. Hey, Fred, I got you a little something here. I'm sorry about all the things I said. I'm happy to work with you however you need to, okay? So just a little something for you. And, that reminds me, yeah, I also, I just signed up for some music lessons for you. So there's this guy who does these like 5-minute music lessons, music theory. Fred, you're gonna love it. And it looks like one of those music lessons might be starting just about now. So let's go see what's happening here.
Hello, this is Philip Whitaker, and I'm here with your 5-minute music lesson for the day. Today we're going to go over how to write a fugue very quickly and easily. Reasons why you might want to write a fugue. You know, writing a fugue can help you get into a prestigious music school where you can get an emotionally satisfying, if not financially rewarding, music degree, or maybe woo potential lovers. So let's go over how you write a fugue. We're going to start right here with the form of the fugue. First, you got the exposition for the fugue, and here you got your melody. You got to write one melody, two melody. You got the ducks melody and the comes melody. As the leader and the follower, and the comes got to work over the ducks up a fifth, and the ducks up a fifth got to work. And then it's got to work. You'll see what I mean in a second here. So anyway, and then you go into the after you've introduced your melody 1, 2, 3, 4 times at the root, the fifth, the root, and the fifth. Both your ducks and your comes are going to be coming. And then you've got to pick one part of the melody to develop in the episode. And, that's fun. That's my favorite part. I'll show you how to do that in a second. And you get to the stretto part, and stretto means stressed. And this isn't like, means strict. It means strict. And it's not like, strict, like just do what I want. It's more like strict as in, hey, Paganini, you got to hurry things up a little bit because the audience has got to go home before mass. So, here you go. I'm going to show you how to write your fugue right now. Now, you'll see I'm here in a piano roll for a digital audio workstation. Now, Bach had all the time in the world to write fugues, apparently. Somehow, he had 20 kids in the early 1700s. But, I imagine a family like that just runs itself. You give the oldest one some coffee and, you just tell them to do their thing and you run off to the study and write some music. We don't have that kind of time here in the 21st century. So I recommend using a digital audio workstation. Nobody even learns to read or write crotchets, quavers, and semiquavers anymore unless they want to do a harp Instagram or, they want to be a slave to some orchestra and play Nutcracker every year for a pittance. Now, I recommend finding a digital audio workstation that you like, But if you're looking for one that you still strap for cash, check out the online MIDI sequencer. That's onlinesequencer.net. Please click on all the advertisements here when you get here. Now, I'm gonna just say straight up, the copy and paste might be the greatest musical invention of the 20th century, as Philip Glass and Steve Reich discovered. So we're going to make extensive use of that today. So we're going to start with our exposition. I pulled this melody. I don't know where it came from. Let's just listen to it. Yeah, and that's what I got. So there's my ducks and there's my comes, right? And they're going to work over each other really nicely. So I'm going to just copy that and paste that right there. And then I got to go to the fifth, which is right here. No, that's not right. That's going to sound very strange notes if I do that. And I'm going to copy, I'm going to paste, I'm going to move it down here back to the tonic. And then I'm going to copy and paste that. We're going to move that up here back to the fifth again. This should sound really nice. I don't know. Maybe we'll see. You tell me. All right, let's listen. And you know what they say, if it ain't Baroque, don't fix it. But actually, it sounds very Baroque. So we're going to add a little bit more to it right now. I think it's very nice. We got our exposition basically written. Now, the episode, you want to find a part of the exposition that you think is really catchy, and just going to draw that out for a while. I really like these rising notes here. This is great. So I'm just going to copy this and I'm going to paste it. We just move it anywhere we want. It doesn't really matter. Ever since Schoenberg, he basically invented 12-tone music, not because he thought it sounded particularly good. He was just getting back at his arch rival, Joseph Hewer, who apparently had shaved his cat at one point. And so in 1920s, he invented 12-tone music just to one-up that jerk. And now tonal center has no meaning anymore. So whatever, you just kind of put the notes wherever you like. Yeah, we'll have this done. I think I need to hurry this up a little bit. My 5 minutes are running out. And there we go. This is basically what the episode should be like. We can come back and make it sound a little bit more natural. Make sure you don't have more than 4 notes at a time. You're going to break your piano player's fingers. Let's hear what the episode sounds like now. Yeah, that's good. That's pretty good. Yeah, go back and change that, make it sound a little more Baroque later on. And to get to the stretto part, I'm just going to go over here. I got a nice stretto finish for you right now. It's baked in. I'm gonna select this. We're gonna copy this, and just gonna very Baroque ending. I'm gonna show you how this works. Copy it, paste it over here. It's way over there. Hold on a second. All right, so what I get for using the free MIDI sequencer, but it works. It works. You can turn this into very professional sounding music, especially if you're brave enough to give it to a real musician. And then there we go. We come right back in on the melody right here, and then that should be it. Wait, no, that's the wrong key. And let's listen to what this masterpiece sounds like right now. There you go, fugue in 5 minutes. Thank you.
Wow, that was amazing. Wasn't that just awesome? Oh, man. Oh, you can subscribe to his channel somewhere on the internet. I went into a fugue state myself when I discovered it, so I don't remember how it happened. Oh, you guys, everyone, look, Fred got out his ukulele. I think something's. I think he might have liked the. I think he might have liked that. Oh, I hope so. I really hope so, because he's such a nice guy, and he's just the coolest guy in the world. So let's. I can't write a song, but let's listen to a nice little song here next, and go from there. Thanks, everyone.
All right, I don't know how this goes. I don't know. My guitar's in tune, actually. Long, long
so small, feels so low. I'm going down to a place where I can bury all my shame. Gonna undo all the shit I did that caused you pain. I'm going down to a place where we can dance the night away. I'm going down. I'm going down. I'm going down.
Well, I say you got a lot of nerve. Sit there telling me what you think you deserve. You can't undo, you can't unset this sun. You can't unbreak this heart. What's done is done is done. I'm going down on my knees for sins yet to confess. And I'll dance all night to the rhythm beating in my chest. Then one more look in your eyes and in the darkness I'll address. I'm going down. I'm going down. I'm going down. I'm going down. Hallelujah, my friend. Could we be at the end, my friend? Hallelujah, my friend. Will we reunite soon, my friend? And now here we are today. A world of color gone cold and gray. The booming downbeat won't set us free, but that don't matter to you or to me. I'm going down to a place where I can escape the pain, leave behind the hurt and just feel right again. I'm going down to a place where we can dance the night away. I'm going down. I'm going down. I'm going down. I'm going down. That's perfect.
Might call me other words.
Hey, thanks everyone for watching Dave's Basement. This has been a real roller coaster of emotion for me. I don't know about you, but I've had a really wonderful time learning how to make amends. Thanks so much for everyone who contributed. If you yourself would like to contribute something, as always, you may do so. Submit to our website, davesbasement2.com. And you can also email us, davesbasement2@gmail.com, and Instagram @davesbasement2. Ooh, I made that funky. And then you can call and leave a voicemail, 971-232-0827. And yeah, that is about it. Thanks, as always, to everyone who was in the chat. Thank you so much. And good night, everyone. I hope that you are doing well. Please keep submitting things. Please keep making things. Please keep submitting things. And for now, it's time to go upstairs. Oh, and if you haven't, please, for the love of God, vote, 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 vote. End this nightmare. End it. I want to go upstairs. I want to go outside. I want to see the sun again sometime. Just end it. Please end it.